Hello, if you are new in the channel, be welcome. This video is a brief analysis of the Microsoft action. To do this, we will analyze various parameters of the company, and finally try to reach an approximate value to the fair value of the stock and compare it to the current price. Let's analyze the following parameters: growth, dividends, assets and debt, profit, number of outstanding shares, and finally the price. But first, let's get into a brief introduction to the company. Founded by Bill Gates in 1975, Microsoft is one of the largest companies in the world. Known primarily for its software such as Windows and Office 365, and its products, such as the Surface line, the company has millions of customers and users around the world. Most likely you will be using some of your products or software while you are watching this video. Growth. Microsoft has on average increased earnings per share of 30% per year over the past 5 years. Gross revenue increased from $110 billion in 2018 to $168 billion in 2021 and increased on average 11% per year in the same period. Net income increased from $16.5 billion to $61 billion in the same period. Finally, free cash flow has increased from $32 billion to $60 billion in the last 5 years, and was on average 45 million years. Dividends. With a dividend rate of 0.83%, the company distributes about 18 billion years to its shareholders. If we compare this value with the average free cash flow of the last 5 years, 45 billion, we can see that dividends consume a considerable part of free cash flows. In addition to being used to pay dividends, free cash flow can also be used by a company to repurchase shares, pay dividends, reinvest, or make acquisitions. Assets and indebtedness. The value of the company's total assets is $333 billion, and the total liabilities of $191 billion. Subtracting these amounts have the company's net worth, $142 billion in 2021. Current assets are $184 billion, and current liabilities are $88 billion. If we divide the total debt of the company on the average free cash flow of the last 5 years, the $45 billion that we calculated earlier, we see that the company only needs about 4 years to be able to pay all its debt with the free cash flow it generates. Since for me this figure should remain below 5 years, I consider Microsoft a company with a healthy level of indebtedness. Profit. Microsoft, in the last 5 years, has always posted profits, and had a return on investment of 28.5%. Gross profit margins and net are 68% and 38% respectively. Number of shares in circulation. Outstanding shares decreased from 7.67 billion in 2018 to 7.5 billion in 2021, representing an average of -0.58% per year. Price. Currently the company has a market capitalization of $2,150 billion. Current earnings per share is $9.40 per share. Dividing the current share price by this value, we have a profit over profit price of 30. Finally, to get an idea of the fair value of the company, we can divide the total price of the company by the average free cash flow of the last 5 years, which gives us an approximate multiple of 47 times. Based on a multiple of 20 times, at first glance it may seem that the company is considerably above its fair value. However, the multiple of 20 times is just a starting point. Companies with higher growth potential deserve higher multiples, and vice versa. Conclusion. In short, Microsoft proves to be an excellent company, which any investor should dream of buying at the right price. With past growth out of series, a balanced debt, enviable profit margins, and an excellent return on capital is hard to resist even with currently high price multiples. We must not forget that past results are not synonymous with future results, and even if we believe that Microsoft will have a bright future, the bigger a company is, the harder it becomes for it to continue to grow at the same pace. I hope you enjoyed this brief and simplistic analysis. The numbers used are rounded values, and the opinions given are just my personal perspective. It is not a recommendation. Leave suggestions in the comments of actions that would like to be analyzed in next videos. Thanks for watching and good business.